Okay, here we go. I've decided I'm gonna redo my PLL video shits. So, this time it can be all in one video, and the video will be much better quality. Last time I did my PLL video shits, it was in 2 parts, and it was a horrible, fuzzy shit picture. We can change everything and make it all better now and shit. Yeah, yo. Alright, so we're gonna use this fucking Guhan colored Dion shits. And here we go, yo. We're just gonna go in alphabetical order. Unlike a lot of other PLL videos that go in some crazy order and shit. I don't know why they do that, but here we go. I'm trying to get it to where the lighting is as good as possible. Alright, so we'll start with A-perms. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the main algorithms I use first. And then if I have any extra algorithms, I'll show you those second. Alright. A-perm. So first we have the clockwise A-perm, where this corner's solved, and these three need to go in a clockwise fashion. So we come to the case, we get the A-perm, we realize it's clockwise, and a good way to tell, if you're only looking at 2 sides, I'll go through this as we go along here. A good way to tell, if you're only looking at 2 sides, especially this from this angle here, if you see this block, a good way to tell whether it's an A-perm or a V-perm is to look at these 2 corners here. If they're the same, it's an A-perm. If they're different, it's a V-perm. So you know automatically which alg you can do. And the way to tell if you have a clockwise or a counterclockwise A-perm is to see which color these corners are, and then look at these 2 colors of the block here, and see which color on the block is opposite to the color on the corners. If this color is opposite to this, then you know it's a counterclockwise A-perm. If the colors here are opposite, you know it's clockwise. And that's what we have, clockwise. If it's over here, counterclockwise. If it's opposite here, clockwise. So we know right away. Solve corner here, we do x prime. Alright, here we go. Here's my algorithm. Okay. Alright, next we have the counterclockwise A-perm. Again, it's opposite on this side now. See that? Here's how we do it. Okay, another clockwise A-perm you can use. Yeah. It's supposed to be clockwise, not fucking counterclockwise. It would be the solved corner here this time. It's a lot like a J-perm. Okay, fast would be like this. Kinda. And then a counterclockwise one. Would be like this. Block here. Okay, the block's here. Okay. Alright, next we have an E-perm. Now let's say you're doing your shit, you're fucking OLL, blah blah blah, blah, and you get to this. Now the way to tell what it is first you always want to look at your corner permutation, meaning not within the PLL because you don't know what PLL it is yet. You want to look at the corners in relation to each other. So you know what the corner permutation is just by looking. These are opposite and these are opposite, so we know they're all opposite corners, opposite colored corners. Alright, and what that means is you have a diagonal corner permutation, meaning and when it's a diagonal corner permutation, it's either going to be a V perm, a Y perm, or an E perm. And the way you can tell which one it is a V perm will have, if you don't see the block, a V perm will have a checker pattern on the inside here, meaning it'll be like red, green, red, green. A Y perm will have checker patterns on the outside, meaning it would be like blue, orange, and this corner wouldn't matter. And if you don't see any checker patterns, and 3 doesn't count, it's got to be like at least 4. If you don't see any checker patterns, you know it's an E-perm. So you match up your edges, and the way you know which way you need to go, because E-perms can go this way or this way. And the way you can tell how to start your algorithm is to look at this corner here. Okay? I'm sorry, look at this here, this orange. If this matches this side, then you know the corners need to go this way. If you come to it in this direction, you look at this, it's opposite this. You know they need to go horizontal. So first we'll do this out, because this is the one I normally do. So you would have these matching, orange, orange, and you do this. Oops. Alright. Now, let's say we get to it this way. You don't want to do a rotation, and you don't want to do this and then do the algorithm and do this again, because that's just too fucking hard. So, what I would do in this case, where these are opposite, whatever. Alright. F-perm. F-perm. Alright, let's say you get to it this way. Let's say you're looking at it from this angle. You don't know what the fuck it is. You look at your corner permutation. I see opposites here. I see adjacent here, which tells me that this is an adjacent swap somewhere. Okay, and out of the adjacent swaps, it can be a lot of different PLLs. So what you do is, to figure it out, you look for the opposite colored corners, which are here, and you automatically know there's headlights on the other side, or what I call head lice. You got head lice on the other side, and fucking, so it helps you at least a little bit to figure out what it is a little better. Now, an F-perm is going to have the checker pattern on the inside like a V-perm would, only instead of a diagonal corner permutation, this is an adjacent corner permutation. So we know this is going to be an F-perm. Headlights back here, meaning the big bars here. And so the main F algorithm I use at this current time depends on which direction I get to the F-perm. So if I enter it from this angle where the bar is in front, I would misalign it to the right, and I would do this. And of course it would have been misaligned already, so we wouldn't have had to do that AUF at the end. So it would be like this. Another F-perm, if I get to the alg and this is on the left, I would do one of two things. I would either misalign it and do the alg I just showed you, or I would just leave it on the left and do one of two different algs. The first one I would use would be this. So the bar would be on the left. Alright. This algorithm uses the T-perm within the algorithm. I don't really use that one too much. I like the that one better. One more. Oops, whoa, whoa. Another one is if we get to the algorithm and the bar is in the back, we would use this case. Bars in the back. Okay. Or if the bar's in the back, there are a lot of F-perms. If the bar's in the back, let's fix this. Sometimes I'll just use the first alg I showed you, but from this angle. Alright, G-perms. Here are the G-perms. First case. This is called G-perm A. The block is here. Now, these will be adjacent colors. Adjacent colors. There's headlights here. Now, if you enter the case from this direction, and you see the headlights, and this is the fucking adjacent colors, the edge in the middle and the corners, you would know it's either G-perm A or C. Meaning, it's going to be one of the ones that start out with an R2. Now, if it's an opposite edge to the corners here, you know it's going to be B or D, which is one of the ones that start out with like an RUR prime kind of shit. Okay? Okay, with the G-perms, it's a little bit weird. You can get to it in any situation, and the only way you can tell it's a G-perm really is by looking at you see the block with the headlights, and there's nothing else. Okay? There is a way to count colors and to know where the block is, but I've not mastered that yet. If you encounter a G-perm and you see the headlights and you see the edge in between them, if it's adjacent, you know it's going to be either G-perm A or C, which are the ones that start with an R2. If it's an opposite color to the corners, then you know it's going to be either B or D, where you start with some kind of RUR prime shit. Okay, so this is adjacent, and so I see the block here, and I know it's going to start with R2, so I know it's the G-perm A. And right here I use my thumb and then just kind of twirl my finger. And then place the there. Okay, so fast it would be get like this. Alright. G-perm B. Well, we see the headlights. If we see the headlights, it's got an opposite edge in between. So we know that wherever the block is, and I usually, from here, I would just do a U to see where the block is, and then just start the algorithm. But you know, you can have it matched up. These will also be opposite colors for the G, B's, and D's. Okay? So we start like this. Or you can start from this angle and do it this way, but whatever. So the blocks here, B block. Here's G-perm C. Okay, headlights are in the back here, and a fucking adjacent edge in between them. These are adjacent colors, the block, and the fucking corner. And I start with the block in the back. Okay, fast. You got the block in the back. Alright. And finally, G-perm D. Okay, headlights have the opposite color. Fucking Christ! Alright, headlights have the opposite color in between them, and the blocks here matched up. And this is opposite as well. Okay, fast. Blocks here. H. H is very easy to recognize. Everybody knows H-perm. All edges are opposite to their color here. Okay. The way I do it, I don't do this shit in the fucking whatever. I don't do that shit. I can't do it. I do it like this. Bring my ring up here. I kind of push here with my ring finger and also push and grab the middle layer. So it's kind of like a windmill kind of motion. Would be kind of fast, would be like this. Yeah, I don't do H-perms very well. I really wish there was another way to do them that was fast, but there's not. J permutation. Here's JB perm. Full bar here. Block, 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 blah, blah, blah. You can start it here, and you end without a U prime if you want, but most people start here for some reason. JA permutation. It's like a backwards J. Box still over here, full bar. Okay, JB again. This one, the one we just did a minute ago, but from this angle. N permutation! The N perms are here! Now, N perms, luckily, you can start from any fucking, it doesn't matter. However this lies. I like to match them up so that this is here, and this is here. And if you remember the JB perm I showed you, the first one I showed you, it's within this algorithm, so... The ladies love this one because of the way it looks when you do it fast. Alright. Another NA permutation. Whoops. Whatever. Oh, I fucked up again. Here it is. I think I'm getting some lag. I don't like the fucking lag. What's going on? What's going on? NB. It's the same thing, but the opposite way around. There's only one alg I use for this case. R perms. This is the right-handed, what's known as the right-handed R, or RB. So it's where these two need to switch, and these two switch. Okay, RA, nobody for some reason can like this alg because there's so many different ways to do it, and they're all weird. It's a weird alg. It's the same thing that I just showed you, but the opposite, the mirror case. So if you were to do the regular alg, it would be from on the left. Okay, but I don't really like that alg. Some people do it from this way and do it, you know, like this, but I don't like it that way either. What I do is I make sure this big block is in the front. Headlights are on the left with that little block back here. We have there's another way to do it. I don't really like that out too much. I use this other one. T permutation. The regular alg that most people use. Okay, another alg. I figured this one out on my own when I was messing around with 4x4 parodies. Okay. We have it set up here. U-perms. There's two sets of U-perms. One with the bar here and one with the bar in the back. So here's a clockwise U-perm, or UB for some reason. Okay, counterclockwise, same thing. There we go. Okay, another clockwise one here, but this time the bar is in the back. Okay. Counterclockwise, bar in the back again. Okay. The dreaded V-perm. The dreaded V-perm mutation. Alright, like I said before, if you see it from this angle, you see the block, and these are different colors, these corners. For some reason, the fucking lighting is just getting worse and worse. I don't know why. Okay, these are different colors. You know it's a V-perm. This is what it looks like from this angle. If you see it from this angle, and you don't see the block, you know the corners are all opposites, which means it's a diagonal swap, which means it's going to either be a V, Y, or E-perm. And then you fucking look for checker patterns right here. There's a checker pattern. Red, green, red, green. Alright, you know it's a V. A V. Okay. Here we go. Shao, 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 shao. This is how I do my V-perm. It's very tricky. There is a weird rotation in it, but it happens as you're doing the algorithm. A lot of people don't like this algorithm because they see it written down and it looks like fucking shit. But when you actually do it, it's a lot faster than the one the other people use. You'll see what I mean. I'll show you both algs. Now, I'll show you that again slowly. That's kind of... This is what that is. R prime, U, small L prime. And then it's like a B prime with a Z prime at the same time. It's kind of weird. And then I continue on with... And then this is a small L and an R at the same time. And the best part about that algorithm is just the way it flows so nicely at the end and during the rotation. There's just no real regrip. I mean, there is a regrip, but it all happens while you're doing things. Look, just watch. Here's fast. How it just all flows. As to where this algorithm that I'm going to show you, the ending just kind of sucks for me, and I just don't like it. It's just something about doing RF that I don't like. I'd rather do RU, like in my other algorithm. Here's the fast. The other one that I showed you is like this. So it's just so easy. Y permutation. Y! From this angle, like I said before, outside checker pattern. Orange, green, forget this guy. See the corners here. Block, block. Z permutation. Z permutation! You start. Well, there's two ways you can do the Z permutation. You can start with this color in front, or you can start with here. So they either have to go this way, or this way and this way. And I'll show you both. When it has to go this way, do it like this. You start with a U and end with a U. Ooh, ooh. Now this one, if they go this way and this way, it's the same algorithm, but you start it without the U and end with a U2. The way I do that U2 at the end is I do 1, 2, kind of like a fucking whatever. Fast, I paused there to show kind of show you the ending. That's my fucking PLL system. Shitses. Okay. How did I fuck this up? How did I fuck this up? Got the block in the back. Oh, I fucked up. What am I doing? Okay, fast. We have the block in the back. Okay. Was I even in the shot? The opposite color. Jesus fucking Christ! Alright.